this Boolean expression, because it gives you Boolean value as a result, right? We learned that you have a variable a, and then some operator greater than equal to, and then you say 20, for example. And this one is one expression. Let's call it condition 1. Then is it possible that you have b less than 18? This is another condition, condition 2, right? But in real life, it is possible that you have multiple conditions, and you need to learn to evaluate multiple conditions. For example, if I say that, or your parents tell you you will go and play outside only if it is sunny or temperature is more than 80 degrees, right? So when you say play outside, if sunny or temperature is greater than 80 degrees. Suppose what happened? Let's say play outside only when sunny and I'll change the condition a little bit, and temperature is less than 80 degrees. It is sunny, but temperature has to be less than 80 degrees. Now you can see there are two conditions here. One condition is it has to be sunny. Second condition is temperature is less than 80. And these two conditions are joined by an and. Now both conditions has to be satisfied. So suppose today is rainy. Jay, will you play outside?
No.
Why?
Because it's wet and I might slip.
Exactly. But then temperature is 70 degrees, but it's rainy. Will you play?
No, because it's still wet.
Correct, right? It is still wet. So this condition did not satisfy. When you say and, both condition has to be true before this whole thing says true. That means you go and play outside, right? But if you say it's a sunny, or I flip this and I say temperature is more than 80. Suppose I say a fixed condition where you can play if it is sunny or temperature is more than 80 degrees, right? So now today's temperature is 70 degrees. Will you play? Rahim, what do you think? If the temperature is 70 degrees, will you play?
If it's 70 degrees?
Yeah.
Then yes.
So if it is, you can play outside if it is sunny or temperature is more than 80, but temperature is 70. Yes or no? Will you play outside or not?
Oh, because it doesn't say anything about being sunny, so no.
Exactly. So you have to know what is the other condition. You cannot evaluate based on single condition. That is what I wanted to precisely tell you. So if now suppose I revise and say today is rainy and temperature is 90 degrees. Will you play? It's rainy and temperature is 90 degrees. Will you play? Rahim?
If it's rainy and no, because it has to be both sunny and more than 80, but it's rainy.
Not really. I said or.
That means or.
Any of these condition number 1, condition number 2, but or. That means at least one condition is satisfied, you are happy. So temperature is more than 80, yes, it's a 90 degree. Then second condition really does not matter if it's sunny or not. It says or. So one of these two. So in that case, you will actually play. So as you can see, you in real life, you can have multiple conditions. Each condition you form the way you do it. You will say sunny equal to true, or temperature more than equal to 80. This is how you will write it. So this is one expression, a variable. I took sunny and true or not, and then second is temperature 80 or more. And in that both conditions can be joined using an operator called or and also called not. And I'll talk more about it. But let's first focus one by one. So when you do things like this, you have to learn what happens when you have more than one condition and how they, how do you arrive to a final decision. So let's say there is an expression called BE1. BE1 is like x greater than equal to 10. There is condition called BE2, Boolean expression 2. This one is y greater than equal to 18, right? This is one, this is second expression. So you can join this using BE1, BE2, and you can join this either using AND, or you can say there is third operation also called NOT. So two or more conditions can be joined using a logical operator. This is called logical. So we learned math operator, we learned conditional operator, and third one is logical operator. This one is logical operator that joins one or more condition, or two or more condition, not one or more, joins two or more conditions. And this whole expression will evaluate to either true or false. Based on this will evaluate first, right? In blue, this one evaluate first, the second one evaluate, and then final expression will evaluate. So let's say first expression evaluates to true, and then say and second it evaluates to false. What will happen? True and false, you will have false. And you can test one by one, and we'll quickly do that. Okay, so I will create a table, and I'll say, draw blue. Let's create a table in which we'll take two expressions, and you will use this information throughout your programming. Everywhere you're going to use it. So please pay attention. Okay. Got one, you got two. We'll go one by one. Let's say this is my Boolean expression 1, and this is my Boolean expression 2. This one is like sunny and temperature is 80 or not. If this is false and this also evaluates false, what will happen to BE1 and BE2? If these two are joined by AND, that means both condition has to be true, right? So when it is false and false, final value will be false. If it is final values, the one is true, second is false, this is still false, because both has to be true. Are they true? No, both are false. So false. One is true, one is false, it is still false. This one is false, this one is false, and this one is true. Result is still false, because we said it's and both has to be true, right? So suppose there is an there is a condition. We say you get into the soccer team if you did more than 5 goals, right? And you are physically fit. So if you're not physically fit, doesn't matter how many goals you do. If you are physically fit, but you did not do more than 5 goals in the last game, then you are still not selected. With both condition has to be true. Both are true. So when both are true, then only you are true. The rest, all 3 conditions, you notice it becomes false. Only when it's true and true, then the final result will be true. Any question on this? Let's test this quickly. Suppose there is a name called name. A name has to be J, and age has to be greater than 10 years old, right? So my program says as long as your name is J and you are more than 10 years old, I'll give you some special gift, right? So if one of these conditions, this is condition 1, this is condition 2 joined by and you can run it by this, what we call it, logical operator table, right? You can run this and you can check that if it is name is Anish, so this is false, and now age doesn't matter, and age is more than 10, still it is false, because name has to be J. Similarly, say name is J but age is not 10, then it is still false, right? In this second condition, neither name is J nor age is more than 10, that is still false. But only when name is J and age is also more than 10, then the whole condition will evaluate to true, when both conditions are true. So it's easy to remember. all you say is when both are true, then only true, everything else is false. Now let's flip the other situation. And the other condition will say Boolean expression 1 or, and it's small or, as you can see, and it's a small and, no capital and, small and, small or. Okay, remember that. So when say BE1 or BE2, in this condition, what will happen? If it is false and false, then finally it is anyway false because both are false. But one is true, one is false, then this is going to be true because you need just one condition to be true, right? If you say, you get pocket money if you are not earning or you are, less than 10 years old. So, as long as one of these, if you are earning, then you don't get pocket money. Doesn't matter your age. But if you are less than 10 years old, whether you are earning or not, doesn't matter. Your parents will still give you some pocket money. I'm just giving an example. Right? In this case, if it is one is true, another is false, and you are adding it by condition called or, then it is still true. And third one is both are true. At least one is true. So it is true. So you'll notice it in case of or, in 3 cases you have true and only 1 case you have false, which is exactly opposite of and. And you will have a lot of practice on this one. You need to feel comfortable evaluating these conditions like Boolean true, Boolean false, true and false, what happens, true, true, what happens, and all of that part. Okay. Third one is not operator. Not is relatively simple operator. Not is relatively simple operator. Not is you are just negating the value. Suppose rather than saying age is greater than equal to 12, I'm saying this not. What does it mean? Is whatever it returned, I am going to negate it. So this returns, suppose age is 20 right now. So this whole evaluation will be true. But then this whole evaluation will become false because whatever is coming out of this expression, I'm negating it. If it is true, I'm saying not true. Exactly opposite, which is false. Okay. This suppose age is right now 5 years old. So age greater than 12 is 5 greater than equal to 12. Answer is false. And then I can negate it on the top. I'll say this will become true. So whatever is the condition, if it is condition is returning true, by putting not in front of it, you are negating it. Why would you do that? Sometimes you have the situation where you say, rather than writing so many conditions, you will see that, rather than writing so many conditions, put first evaluate all the happy paths. And at the end, you just flip it and say not of this. And then whatever is. So where do you see this? Rather than picking the names and saying, hey, say, raise your hand if you are J and Mihika. Or another way of saying is, raise your hand if your name is not J and Mihika. So rather than saying, is your name not Mihika, is your name not J, I'll first create a list. Raise your hand if your name is J and Mihika, and then say, negate it. That means basically I'm saying if name is not J and name is not Mihika, then you raise your hand. So that's where not is used. In practical life, you use not very less. The reason is it's very confusing because one side you are trying to evaluate a condition and at the end you are going and flipping it. I would rather rather than saying age, not age greater than equal to true, I'll say age less than 12, which is same as this condition.